I spent the last week in Costa Rica, hosting my first astrological witchcraft retreat over Samhain. Essentially, I met a bunch of strangers in the jungle to practice witchcraft, and it was the experience of a lifetime. Our journey begins in San Jose, the bustling capital of Costa Rica and the largest city in the country. Hello from beautiful Costa Rica. The date is October 27th, and I am here to host my first astrological witchcraft retreat. Today is the official first day of the retreat. Yesterday, me and Rachel, who you will meet very soon, arrived early to prepare for our travelers. Rachel is one of my best friends, and she is not a witch yet, but together we have done a lot of traveling and we make a great team, so I brought her along to assist me in this retreat. My travelers were going to be there any minute, so I worked hard to put the finishing touches on the first items I planned to give them. These are their mini books of shadows for the trip, along with folders for all of the grimoire pages I have created. On the first page of their journals, I wrote one of my personal blessings, Jupiter's blessing of the traveler. It goes as followed. Dearest traveler, may you dare to dream. Allow your mind to wander in endless possibility. Through opening this message, a blessing released. Jupiter's light upon you, fueling your quest for new abilities. Expand the horizons of your heart and mind, and treasures untold through the cosmos you shall find. This was my wish for them, but it is also my wish for you. Please feel free to use this in your own practice, as well as everything else I'll be sharing in this video. While I won't show everything we did, I want you to feel that by watching this vlog, you were able to vicariously attend. Before I knew it, I was standing outside waiting for the first bus of travelers to arrive. And as you can tell by my reaction, I was very excited to meet them. I thought I would be more nervous, but I already felt comfortable around them. Prior to this point, we had connected a lot as a group, mainly through video chatting and group messaging. It was really important to me that we were comfortable with one another before we started working magic as a group. It was so great to finally meet them in person.
Don't wait for me, honey. Don't wait. 'Cause I'm always heading your way. And I know exactly what I'm looking for. And as we grow, I'll keep running till I can no more.
Happy first day of the retreat.
Yay!
So cute. Wow, this is cool. I can't believe it. The first night was very relaxed. The only thing we had planned was a welcome dinner. The travelers arrived in waves, and after eating, we went to bed early to prepare for the week ahead, which began with a celestial bang. October 27th, full moon and lunar eclipse in Taurus. I met my travelers at breakfast where I gave them each a letter explaining the eclipse, what they represent in astrology, folklore behind them, and how this specific eclipse will affect them personally. You can see this in the houses the eclipse transits in your birth chart. I wrote this information in my travelers' letters, but you can do this for yourself at home by looking at which house Taurus rules. That is the area of your life you will see this eclipse manifest for you. From here, it was time to get back on the bus and get out of the city. We had a long ride up to the mountains, but we kept busy and the scenery was gorgeous. Ivan, our local guide, educated us about Costa Rica. He pointed out special things as we drove past them and told us about life here. I introduced the group to one of my favorite road trip games, Those Cows Are My Cows, a Midwestern fave. Surprisingly, no one had heard of it, so if you haven't either, here are the rules. You're welcome. Everybody say hi. Hola!
Hola.
Bueno. Oh wait, here, Ivan, you can take it. Okay, now everybody say hi.
Hi.
Is it a sheep?
It's a sheep.
Oh, that sheep is my sheep. That other sheep is my sheep.
Oh, the other sheep is my sheep.
Oh wait, that lamb is my lamb.
Those are my
Oh man. Oh yeah. It's a very lucrative cow market today.
You can see avocados, cocotes, oranges, banana, and watermelon.
Oh,
Yeah.
the rainbow eucalyptus. Beautiful. They're from Australia, right?
Yeah.
It's rainbow eucalyptus. You see it, Hannah? All the beautiful colors.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, or the waterfall of the peace.
Of the beast?
The piece.
The peace.
Oh, not beast. Very different entity. Once we got up into the cloud forest, there were waterfalls everywhere, which also happened to be the first activity of our trip. Today, we are doing a waterfall tour. Hey Nats,
Yes.
do you want to tell them what we're doing?
Going to the waterfall.
Yeah?
That azul.
There we go. We've got like a 45-minute walk.
Yep. Rough terrain, they say.
Rough terrain.
We're ready.
You
Yes.
are well equipped.
Yeah, all that you see over here is this side of grass, and just at the end of this center of grass begins the other center to go to the waterfall. Okay. Here there are sticks,
Walking sticks.
walking sticks, in case you want to go like safer with this. It has too much to walk.
I really feel like that goes with my vibe.
George,
go with
I recommend you to do those.
Get myself a stick. I wanted one that doesn't have a sharp end, so I poke out my eye.
Costa Rica is one of the most biodiverse places on the planet, and here we started to understand what that really means. The first thing I noticed was the butterflies. As you can see, they're everywhere. Then, the creepier, crawlier creatures started to catch our attention.
Everyone be careful walking. Big old spiders. Oh, you're right. Thanks.
Did you just find one?
Oh, yeah. ¿Cómo se dice? Viper? No. The species. Fleur-de-lance?
We slowly but surely continued our descent to the falls, stopping along the way to take in the view. The forest canopy was lined with powerful waterfalls cascading in the distance, all of which rushed down from the volcanoes that surrounded us. There are over 60 volcanoes in the small country of Costa Rica, which to put into perspective is roughly the same size as West Virginia. Only a handful are active, but the ones that lay dormant beneath the earth are easily visible in the landscape around you. The trail led out of the jungle, and we were immediately met with a wide open view of the falls and the forest surrounding it. Even from this distance away, we started to feel mist coming off of the gigantic waterfall. It was bright white, and its color amplified by the ivory rock the water flowed down, earning it the name Waterfall of Falling Snow. Hugging it on all sides were bright green shrubs and plants, the kind that flourish with a constant stream of water. Within folklore, waterfalls are revered as places of great spiritual power. The sheer force behind them is undeniable, very similar to that of an eclipse. They're excellent allies for banishing, release, surrender, road openings, strength, and success workings. We can work with their spirit to draw power into our lives, such as charging ourselves or magical tools with their water, which is exactly what we did. We took turns collecting water for our ritual later, a group release ritual and surrender to whatever the eclipse had in store for us. This was an incredibly potent magical ingredient, comprised of the collective energy it took to get it. Before heading back up the mountain, we found a cool spot to cool off. We dove into the crisp water, washing away both the mundane and magical, cleansing ourselves of the day and any unwanted energy that was holding us back. This was the beginning of our release ritual. Afterwards, we headed to lunch.
Plátano, frijoles negros, arroz casero, picadillo, ensalada de repollo con tomate y pepino, limón fresco y chicharrón. Yo soy el guía.
This is really good.
This is very good, yeah.
Bon appetit.
Some point during my meal, my camera disappeared and returned with the most heartfelt messages. Thank you, travelers. Experiencing this with you is one of my life's greatest treasures.
This is a clandestine film. He doesn't know I'm doing it. What should we say? Thank you. Yeah.
You are really cute. I cannot.
Come here, no, come here. We're saying thank you to Hannah for setting up this. Gosh, Hannah, thank you so much. This has been so good. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Amazing.
From there, we headed to the Chillamate Eco Rainforest Retreat. This is the resort we would be staying at for the duration of the trip. I taught an introduction to astrology class, then we performed our first group ritual. Long into the night, we sat around laughing and getting to know one another.
Good morning. By the time we got here last night, it was too dark to really understand. I think that was a howler monkey. To understand how spectacular this place is, but now that it is all lit up, I am speechless. The only thing that I have seen is the view in front of me, which is the view off of our balcony, which I will show you in a second. And it's really early. It's only 6:30. Breakfast is at 7:15. So until then, I want to walk the grounds, take you on a little tour, and get some coffee. We have stumbled upon Rachel.
Be careful.
I almost just fell recording this.
It's very slippery.
It is very
wet.
You get your coffee?
Yes, it's delicious. The howler monkeys, it sounds like they're right there, but I'm sure that they're much farther away.
They're very loud. There's a huge canopy above us. And the owner, Megan, who you'll probably meet, says that they live up there, but I don't know where. Okay, so tour. I just left from there. Almost had an accident on this bridge. We met Rachel in this beautiful garden area. Ooh, what you got?
Oh, I was interrupting some millipedes to get a picture.
Oh. Good morning.
I'm assuming that this is the male on top of the female, and you can tell them apart because he's got larger plates. That's what I'm assuming, but I have no idea what these guys are. I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna go put these two lovebirds back where I found them.
There are so many creatures out here. Now this area is where we will ritual every night, though I might use that really cool little thing for something. They host a lot of groups here, so this is just like their big miscellaneous space. As you saw in my footage last night, we sat there for our full moon and lunar eclipse in Taurus ritual. The buggies are getting loud. This is where we're outside, and then in there is classroom space, so I can teach in a more academic setting and show PowerPoints and things like that.
Teaching classes on this retreat was one of my personal highlights. Before I started sharing my practice online, I actually wanted to be a school teacher. I love sharing the information I have learned with others, especially when it's a subject I am deeply passionate about, like witchcraft and astrology, two things that have brought so much goodness into my life. I just want to help do that for others and provide them with the tools to create their own practices, whatever that looks like. Teaching in this setting really inspired me, and right now I'm exploring the ways I can do this on a broader scale. I'm excited to announce that soon you will be able to take a class with me, but that is all that I'll say for now.
As you can see, we are in the middle of the jungle. They keep the property very organic and not super developed feeling. It feels like everything that they have built really integrates and works around nature rather than replacing it. Now over here is where we have breakfast, and they're probably getting ready, but they're probably not there yet, though they do have coffee. Coffee is acquired. And Rachel and another one of our travelers went off this way mainly because I think they spotted a howler monkey. You guys find a howler monkey?
There are many. There's one right there, Hannah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
We watched the monkeys jump from branch to branch, eating fruit and bugs in the canopy above. Down below, we heard the sound of hooves as a herd of cattle began to cross the river. The resort that we stayed at was incredible. The family lives on site and they lovingly welcomed us into their home in the rainforest. If anyone wants to visit Costa Rica, this is the place to stay. All of their information, as well as all of the other local businesses mentioned in this video, will be listed down below in the description. And my DMs are always open should you need help planning a trip over there.
So what do you guys think? Is this the best morning coffee you've ever had?
Oh my god, without a doubt.
Breakfast is about to start very soon, so I'm going to show you the buffet area that we have all of our meals in.
All of our meals were delicious, and all the produce was grown by local farmers. But there were some fruits and vegetables my travelers had never seen.
Buenos dias!
You gotta like pull it apart.
Yeah, like
That's
with your
hard.
hands. I've yet to
There you
go
go.
through that. It's gonna happen first. Interesting. With my dog.
Yeah.
She's 10.
Yeah.
She's a lab too, so like my mom growing up made it to like 16.
Yeah, no, they
So
work for
I'm
a
like,
second.
and she's doing real good. Like,
Success.
I've on all the things. Because
There's a seed in the middle.
you are going
Yeah.
to live as long as physically possible.
I bet it's babe. She's 12.
Our first activity today was forest therapy, led by Megan, the owner of the retreat. She is a passionate forest therapy guide certified by the Global Institute of Forest Therapy. If you have never heard of forest therapy, it is a guided outdoor healing practice inspired by the Japanese practice of forest bathing. I spend a lot of time in the woods, but doing this with so much intention really reframed the way that I'm going to spend time in nature going forward. One thing Megan shared that really stuck with me was the idea of wild tending. This is an alternative ethical principle to leave no trace. Essentially, instead of acting like you were never in the forest, you play. It reminded me of childhood, before I thought of myself as separate to nature. Now, of course, this is not appropriate to do everywhere, and leave no trace is a good principle to follow in protected and fragile environments. but when appropriate, I encourage you to try this. She had us create art out of natural materials we found in the forest, of course within reason. Do not disturb what you clearly know you should not. We held the soil in our hands and drug our fingers through the leaves. We collected flowers, rocks, and sticks, and beautifully illustrated them as a love letter to the divine.
Look at this little spider. He was hiding in there trying to like eat the little buggy. Yeah, I think so. Look at how just all the little ants. You guys are doing great. Hard at work.
And of course, we had to follow the ants back to see where they were taking the leaves. One by one, they marched up this tree as they disappeared into the sky and out of view.
Cute, huh?
I really like that one.
This is mine.
So we are just heading to meet the rest of the group because we are going on a chocolate tour, and then we're having dinner, and then we're going on a jungle night walk. So, you know,
Got the gear
we
ready.
had to have the gear. Watch out, critters.
How you trying it on?
Oh, mine's flash. Oops, sorry. Oh, Ivan! Woo!
The chocolate tour was incredible. We got to learn all about the history of cacao, and together we turned the fruit into a chocolate bar.
So well, my friend, this is the fruit. Look at this. Very nice. Remember I told you they all do them moving at the same time? Just enjoy the flesh.
Do we do it? Are we going for
Just
Yeah.
suck on it. Don't bite it. The leaves basically, when they are super like in a very humid condition, you'll see it that way, like this, absorbing as much light as is possible. But too much light is a problem too. The seed that we didn't use is actually here with the flesh that has the water and the sugar and bacteria from the air. That's what's gonna slowly make a fermentation process.
The process of making chocolate takes a long time, and it was a lively community event, a tradition that they made sure we continued.
Vamos, Raquel, move it! 1, 2, 3, it's like this.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, mis amigos, so I have the vanilla and this is service, okay? You can add as much as you can, as much as you want. There is a spoon at the end to mix whatever you want, okay? And there is sugar if you want to add extra sugar, and there is a little powdered milk if you want to add some powdered milk at the end.
1, 2, 3, cheers.
Pura vida. Pura vida.
The sun was set and it was time for the Jungle Forest Night Walk. This may have been my favorite event on the whole retreat. I love animals, and as a kid I religiously watched Animal Planet. Being able to do something like this in person with such a knowledgeable guide was a dream come true for me.
It's another juvenile, there's no wings, and that's a male. We know when it's a male because of the ovipositor. There is like a little tail and only the females they develop. That's what they use to lay the eggs inside of the ground or in the composting material. So, well, what you see right there is a very nice red-winged grasshopper that sometimes is feeding a lot on the leaves.
A little more. Like that? Come on, buddy. Oh, he's camera shy. He doesn't pick up very well. He's very cool.
He is very cool. He's doing his best.
He's doing his best. As are we all.
Okay, so well, let's see what is around the bridge.
It was very dark in these clips, but for reference, this is what a hanging bridge looks like in the daytime. They are literally hanging, they sway back and forth, and the floor rolls beneath you like a wave. This one was over a giant river, and it was pitch black, so naturally I didn't get a lot of footage, but we did see a kinkajou and a Mexican porcupine, which look like these, respectfully. Another creature that I did get on camera was this giant tarantula, so spider warning.
Something position or whatever patch right there, like grasshoppers.
It was bigger than my hand, which was definitely unsettling. Then, when we got home, the animal adventures continued because the travelers and I found this gecko,
Living my best life.
who was much less intimidating.
Good morning. It is day 3. Three, and we are going to an organic farm. We're gonna eat lunch there, and then it's a pretty chill day from here on out. Are you guys ready to go to the farm?
Yeah.
Woo! Ivan, are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? You said this is one of your favorite places, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Juan Carlos! Hello! This is our driver. He's been keeping us safe. Can I get some commotion for Juan Carlos? Juan Carlos! Ivan!
Next stop, Finca Eco Organica, a small family-run organic farm where we ate lunch and took a tour through their homestead. This was a journey through Costa Rica's agricultural history. We got to see and try many of the traditional produce that was and is still grown in the country.
Yeah, you can eat it.
Gracias. It's spicy. Pepper? Black pepper?
It's pepper. And
In the rainforest in Costa Rica, we have the best condition for this kind of peppers and produce the highest concentration of pepperine. Pepperine is the alkaloid, and it's the reason that we have a very big fruit, because we have a very special protection in the soil. We never touch the soil. The soil have a many concentration of microorganisms here.
Everything was so vibrant and full of life, especially that black peppercorn. As you see from the clip, they grow on the vine like that, then they leave them out to dry, they turn black, and you grind them up like normal. I had no idea they grew like that. I was surprised by the way a lot of the produce grew. I had just never seen them in person at that stage. Like these dragon fruits, for example. Did you know they grow on giant cactus-like trees? They also had animals on their farm, including these baby piglets. They were so shy, the opposite of their beautiful mother, Mela. She loved people, especially those that gave her scratches. There were horses, chickens, and even a farm dog running around.
Charlie?
Charlie is the name.
Charlie!
Okay. When it's in English mode, it's Charlie. When it's in Spanish mode, it's Carlos. Charlie.
it is here a cat. Something. This is the hotel for beef.
Hi, Charlie.
Vamos, Charlie.
Todos están concentrados en Charlie. Charlie, vámonos. Venga. Next. You wanna taste?
Yeah. It's very mild. I got it.
Aquí. Un perico.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Rachel is gonna love it.
Yes, she's gonna die.
Rachel became colloquially known as Bird Rachel on our trip for her love and extensive knowledge of birds. So seeing a bird carved out of pineapple was very special for her. I would also like to make it known that I named this bird Perrito because I thought it meant small parrot, but in fact, I had been calling it Little Dog. Needless to say, all of the produce was delicious, and we had so much fun trying it, especially the more unique varieties.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Can you eat
wanna
it just
bite?
like that?
Yeah.
Eat it. What do you think?
Voy a comer maíz.
It's very mild. It's good.
What is mild?
Mild.
Calm.
Palmito.
Please. You want to bite?
Just bite it.
Okay, what do you think?
Pejibaye. No, ese no.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like much.
Ese no es pejibaye,
It
¿verdad?
reminds me of kohlrabi.
Oh yeah, good thing you went first.
It's so much better fresh than in the soup. Yeah.
Hello.
Rico.
Well, I like the texture.
You wouldn't think it would be like that.
Another crop that they grow, harvest, and roast on their farm is coffee. Similarly to the chocolate tour, we got to see coffee go from plant to cup.
We call coffee maker, you call coffee maker, but we call chorreador.
Chorreador.
You pardon me? Chorreador. No. We're chorreador. Eso.
A girl's best friend, coffee and chocolate.
Aquí, échame más. That's it.
I did not pick a good day to wear shorts, so my legs are
Poor legs.
destroyed, and I'm getting really upset.
Well, we are at the farm and we get to have coffee
And chocolate.
and the farm gets to have you. We're
A fair
sacrificing.
trade. A fair trade.
After we left Rachel as an offering to the bugs of Costa Rica, we made sugarcane juice. Usually they use oxen to operate this machine. They're tied to the branch in the middle and they walk in circles while the farmer loads sugarcane into the grinder. But as you can see, the oxen were not available today. Everyone was very supportive for our first day on the job.
Tú eres la que me decías que nunca me olvidarías. Vámonos emborrachando que caramba y hasta que amanezca el día.
After learning about how they grow their food and the role it has played in the country's history, we ate a proper Costa Rican lunch with ingredients all grown right here on their farm. With the Sarapiquí River flowing in the background, we ate together and listened to one another's stories. The sun set on Samhain Eve, and we made it back to the retreat at nightfall. Bless Samhain, happy All Hallows Eve. It is October 31st. This is basically the last day of the retreat. And it has kind of that same bittersweet feeling that Samhain does to me, and death as a whole. It's just the reminder that all things must come to an end, and you enter into another era of life. And there have definitely been some tears already. Myself and the travelers, we have all bonded so much, and there have definitely been really deep friendships formed on this trip, and I cannot wait to continue getting to know each other once this is over. But it is not over yet, and today is really special. We are doing a Samhain Spirit Fest, essentially a party. All of our workings up until this point have been very structured. Today is a lot more organic, which is how Samhain feels to me and how ancestor veneration feels to me. If you've never done it, it comes a lot easier and more naturally than you would expect, because your ancestors have been with you and it is not as unknown as you may think going into it. Many of them have not done ancestor veneration or too much spirit communication, which is something that we are going to do today in this beautiful space. Actually, I think I see some of my travelers walking around right now. Hey! Hello! Are you guys excited? Me too! We only have a little time until breakfast, and I've got all of my stuff back there to set up in this beautiful space. And then we are just going to spend time with each other, connecting to one another, those we've lost, and this beautiful space and land during the time that we have left. This is where we've been circling every day for our workshop / ritual, spell work, whatever we have planned. And I think we're going to do
Oh my goodness, there's a cool bird over there. Anyway, here's where we're going to do our spirit communication and sit together as a group, cast the circle, different things that I have planned spell work wise. Up there, we are going to do a community ancestor altar. And then these 2 tables I'm going to use for my stuff and to set the things that I have for them, like these tarot decks, which I will give out and they are going to use to communicate with their ancestors.
Setting up the space to host something like this was surreal. My practice gives me so much peace, especially surrounding death. To share that with others was like nothing I've ever experienced. I've been racking my brain to find the right words to explain how this experience felt, but there are none. The only sentiment that comes to mind is life-changing. Once I prepared the space, I invited my travelers in. One by one, they brought in items to connect them to their ancestors. We built a beautiful community altar, connecting us to both spirits known and unknown. We cast a circle and invited in our ancestors. The space filled with those we had lost or never had the chance to meet, until today. One by one, we went around telling stories of those that we had lost. It was at this time I realized that all of my travelers had been wearing red lipstick in honor of my recently deceased grandmother. I had to stop bleeding. I couldn't even speak. As long as I live, I will never forget that act of kindness and what it felt like to be surrounded by such a compassionate group of individuals in such a vulnerable setting. There were many, many tears. But that is our job as the living, to carry those that we have lost. Because what is remembered lives. But this was by no means a silent, somber event. The best way I can describe it is a ghostly Thanksgiving. Divination tools were strewn about, and there were so many conversations had, both with the living and dead. We introduced each other to our ancestors, both of community and blood, and we laughed and cried and laughed again. I don't know how to put a bow on this video. There's nothing I can say to summarize one of the most pivotal experiences of my entire life, other than this is what being alive is all about. Thank you for sharing it with me. There are no words to explain how grateful I am to have had this experience. Thank you to my travelers for joining me, to Costa Rica for having us, and to all of the wonderful individuals who made a trip like this possible. Until next time.